Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. So here we are with our session number 84. Alhamdulillah. So let's start with the review. Inshallah, my dear sisters. So let's see what we have for our review today, inshallah. Here we are. Okay. So mudari can be majzoom if it is affected by harf jazima, if it is affected by ism jazima, if it is jawabul amr, and the last option is all of the above. What do you think? A, B, C, D. What do you think? Very well done. I see the answer coming from Sister Sabra, As-Sabikun wal Awwalun. So very well done. So yes, yes, it is all of the above, right? Barakallahu fiq, all my sisters. So whenever you are going to see harf jazima, you will see mudari majzoom. Whenever you are going to see ism jazima, you are going to see mudari majzoom. But this one is the C that we did last week is a tricky one. So if you are planning to master this science of Quran, this science is going to help you understand why this mudari is majzoom in this particular place. Everyone with me so far, okay? It's very important that we do not miss this one, Jawabul Amr, okay? Most of the people will be able to identify harf jazima or ism jazima, and they can, tell that this is a reason for the mudari to be majzoom. But this one is tricky. And some of the people don't know the complete list of ism asmaul jazima, but that's okay. But this one is especially tricky, okay? You will understand everything, you will learn everything, but sometimes people tend to forget, right? So please keep this one in mind, okay, inshallah. So now, the next question, if you come across mudare majzoom and you do not find adwatu jazima before it, what do you look for? What should be there? Very well done. Yes, it's the same thing. I just want to make sure that, if I post the question in a different manner, if I ask you in the test in a different way, you are able to still answer me correctly. That if I don't find my asmaul jazima or harufe jazima, or there is no adwatul shart, adwatul jazima before, and which are adwatul shart as well, I have to look for fail amr. Okay. Now, is every command or fail amr followed by mudari majzoom? What do you think, my dear sisters? Everything, do we see mudari majzoom after every fail amr? Very well done. No, we do not, right? It is a certain condition where you will find that there is a condition that has been posted there that you do this, and then this will happen. Okay, so not every amr is going to be followed by mudari majzoom, and we can see here summa zarhum fi hawdihim yal'abuna. So do we see mudari majzoom here? What do you think, my dear sisters? Yeah, so it is not majzoom, right? It is not majzoom and not waw noon. That only the presence of noon is there to tell you what is the indication, right? Is it waw noon indication for marfu status of mudare, or just noon? Who can tell me? And this is a good point to review. Only noon, right? Why noon is going to tell us that this mudare is marfu and not majzoom? What kind of fail it is? What kind of fail mudare? Yes, it is nunul i'rab. Number one answer. Yes, barakallahu feek. What are these afal called? What are these afal called that have nunul i'rab, and they have their majzoom and mansoob status by dropping of the noon, and they have their marfu status by the presence of the noon. Af'alul khamsa. Very well done. What is the pronoun in them? What are the three pronouns that are seen in af'alul khamsa? Who can remember? Wow, number one. Barakallahu feek. Very well done. Wow, alif, and yaul mukhatiba. Wow, alif, yaul mukhatiba, right? Wow, alif, ya, right? Remember, yaul mukhatiba, like tansurina, right? Remember that, inshallah. So, is this clear to each and every one of you? Whatever we have gone over so far, right? Alhamdulillah. So last week when we were doing our condition that was associated with the amr, we have gone over the details of everything at that point, that how we will see there's a condition, and then we will see our response to the condition. Everyone well versed with the concept of jawabul amr? Alhamdulillah. So you are able to identify mudari majzoom li annahu jawabul amr, right? Mudari is majzoom because it is jawabul amr. You are all going to be able to write it down for us. Whenever I'm going to give you a homework, you will be able to identify it and label it correctly. Yes or no? Okay. Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. Just be hopeful, inshallah. So when we were doing our shart, we came across different groups of words, if you remember. So there was a group of words that we did, in the beginning, in the very beginning, when we started learning, asma adwatu shart, that were jazima, right? So it included is, ma, in. It included your ma, mahma, man, ainama, aina, ayana, anna, mata, kaifama, haisuma, all these words, if you remember, right? These were the words that we have learned that they can be aradbatu shart, right? And whenever we see them, we will expect to see how many mudari majzoom. These advat are going to make how many mudari majzoom? 2. Will there be a wow in between the 2 mudari majzoom? Can there be a wow? Barakallahu feek, my dear sister. Because if it is because of the wow, then it is not because the effect of all these, right? This is just then going to be attributed to atf, not to the in or isma, ma, man, mahma, aina, ma, haisuma, kaifa, ma, mata, anna, ayyana, aina, right? Otherwise, if there was a wow in between the two mudaris and they both are majzoom, then we attribute that mudare majzoom bil atf, right? We call it that it is majzoom because of atf. Remember that, okay? Do not mix them together, okay? So we learned that there are some that are ism, there are some that are haruf. Haruf, we don't worry about anything, but when whosoever is an ism, we need to worry about their i'rab. And then we learned about adwatu shart that were ghayr jazima. So if I give you a sentence that is beginning with iza, kullama, lamma, lawma, lawla, law, amma, are you going to call that jumla shartiya fi mahalli jazmin? Will you ever call that fi mahalli jazmin? Yes or no? No, you are not going to call it. Remember? So that is the difference, my dear sisters. People who are learning advanced grammar, there is a difference how some of them are able to identify this, the status of the sentence now cannot be fi mahalli jazmin. It is no more fi mahalli jazmin because now my sentence is starting with iza, kullama, lamma, lawma, lawla, law, amma. Okay, because these are ghayr jazima. So keep that in mind. Okay, but when you see anything starting with in, isma, ayu, or the whole list, ayu is not there, but I just briefly told you about it in the last session. So if you forget about it, doesn't matter because it is not used in that context in Quran. So we are still good. So if you see any of this list and you are expecting to see, mudare that is going to be majzoom after it, and the sentence after it is going to be jazm, right? The status of the sentence in that case will be majzoom. Yes or no? So this is the basic difference, number one difference that you should be able to identify. So most of my sisters, are they now comfortable deciding about where is my shart ending, where is my shart beginning? Because I have to take you to the next topic today, and I don't want anyone lagging behind and telling me that I was not able to catch up. Everyone is able to identify, okay, now this is the beginning of Jawabu Shart. I am not focusing on anything but Jawabu Shart now. Okay, let me ask you something. What do you think? أينما ثقفوا أخذوا وقتلوا تقتيلا. What do you think? Ainama is there. Yeah, basically, this is, it seems like, this is a tricky one. This is, this does not have a proper, beginning and the end. I will ask you another one. Let me ask you something that is little, easier, because this one essentially has nothing to where we are going to stop and where we are going to begin with something. Let's do this one again. I think this is, this must have been done before, but let's do this one. Where is my shart ending? Who can tell me where is the ending of my shart and where is my takunu? Very well done. Very well done. Takunu. Aynama takunu. Ya'ti bikumullahu jami'a. So what is this? What is this highlighted part? Jawabu shart. Okay. Now tell me, what is the status of ya'ti? Majzoom. Can you see one fail is ending there? One jumla failure is there, and then comes the next jumla failure. See? Ranas, one jumla failure, which is actually, we are going to treat it as ismiya because this is in, naqis. We are going to treat it as ismiya, but that does not matter. But one thing is ending there, and then comes another fail after it. Okay, this one is fail naqis. This is fail tam, complete. Why am I calling this naqis? Let me tell you the meaning. Wherever you are, is you are going giving you the complete meaning. Do you have a fail there, my dear sister? No, you don't have a fail, no action. So that is why it is naqis, right? Wherever you are, Allah will bring you all together. Okay, so one fail right after another fail, you should be now able to understand that, this is ending of my shart, and from here the jawabu shart is beginning. Ainama was adwatu shart jazima, can make two af'al majzoom, and it did make it. Sometimes you may not see two af'al majzoom. You may see jumla ismiya as a jawabu shart. If jumla ismiya was the jawabu shart here, what would have been present between jumla shartiya and jawabu shart? What would you see if your jawabu shart was jumla ismiya? Fa'u rabita, right? Fa'u rabita, right? Fa'u rabita, right? La, where do we see la? With which low? With low you will see la, but here you will expect to see fa, right? Okay. Everyone with me so far? Okay. Let me ask you another quick question. Let me take you to the surah. Okay. Now I make this dua every time, and I always pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open my chest and remove all my malice, all my defects, and I start my sessions with this dua. Okay, so when you see this dua, قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. What is this? Ishrah. What is this? Give me the siga for this. I have to take you back to something new. But before that, I want to make sure that you are all well versed with this. Failul amr. Failul amr majzoom bis sakun. Who is the file? Every fail has a file. Who is the file? Anta is the file. Damir mustatir or damir baris? Anta is baris or mustatir? Mustatir is hidden. It is mustatir. Oh, baris. How come it is baris? It's can you see? Where is anta? Where is the sign for anta? Show me. Who are saying that it is a baris? Show me the sign. We don't see it, right? There's no sign there, right? So keep that in mind. Okay. So ishrah li sadri, will do rest later. Yassir. What is yassir? Come to yassir now. Again, majzoom status. Yasin ra the root letters. Yes, so it's baris. Eh? You don't see anything after kha. And pronoun always attaches itself after the third root letter. You know, after the last root letter, you can say, because you will come across words that are rubai. Okay, so this again, felu dua or felul amr, but we are going to call it felul dua because we don't command Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So out of respect, my dear sisters, very well done. This is felu talb or felu dua, and you have not forgotten what we have learned before. Barakallahu feek. Wahlul. What is this? Same, amr and anta is the doer with every fail. My dear sisters, if you see any failul amr, I want each and every one of you to tell me the file, okay? I will not let you pass the exam if you don't know what is the file in failul amr, okay? You remember that. And you have to tell me if it is visible or not. Right now, I'm not asking for that, right? But you should be able to identify it, okay? Now, what do you see in the yes, it is taken from the second person. Barakallahu feek. Yeah, anta is going to be the file always. Yeah. In case of traditional standard failul amr. Now comes yafqahu. Why? What is yafqahu? Give me the siga for this. Give me the i'rab for this. Yafqahu. Think about it again. It's beginning with ya, not ta. Okay, barakallahu feek. You jumped ahead of everything. Yes, it is jawabul amr, it is jawabul talb, but it is mudare. Number one, identify it as mudare. Do the doer, do the status of mudare, and then say that, because I now, it cannot be mansoob. I don't see any harfnas before it. So now tell me, when you have identified it, that is probably doer is wow, very well done. Now mudare is, what's the status of mudare? Majzoom. How is it majzoom? By sakoon, by dropping of harufe illa, or by dropping of noon? By dropping of noon, because it is from afalul khamsa, because it has waw as the pronoun. So every fail that has waw as a pronoun is from the category of afal called afalul khamsa. So here you have mudare majzoom. So now, does it make sense that why? This is a condition. If Allah will expand chest of Musa and our chest, and Allah will create ease and facilitate our affairs, and if He unties the knot of my tongue and the tongue of every Muslim out there who makes this dua with sincere heart, only then people are going to understand. And this is all so that they understand. So this is all going to be because Allah, I need you to open my chest, to expand my chest. So I am focused on doing good. I'm not making, foul plans. I'm not doing, how we word it, I'm not excessively talking. I'm not involved in what should not be, my problem. I'm not involved in bad things. I need a sharah sadr and make everything easy for me. So this is all going to be the condition, and then people understand your speech. Doesn't it? Isn't it true? Everything is making sense here. Alhamdulillah. So now this is a beautiful example. We make this dua every time. We teach our children this dua, and most of the sessions, most of the rus, they open with this dua. The scholars and teachers, they start with this dua, they make this dua. So just think about this dua and see how jawabul amr or jawabul talb works. Okay, remember this one I showed you the last week when I was teaching you jawabul talb. We did this one. Wadmum, this was jawabul, this is failul amr, and then we saw takhruj, that this will be the response. If this all happens, this is going to be, then this will happen. This is the condition. This is the condition set by failul amr. This is the condition set by failul amr. And when this happens, then people understand your speech, my speech, and speech of everyone who is talking from the heart, inshallah. Okay. And these are, sometimes the verses are small, but everything is connected. And how is everything connected? This, everything. How do we see a connection? Through atf. Barakallahu feek, my dear sister Azra. Very well done. Atf, everything is connected. So vows is connecting everything. So you will keep on, saying that, this is amr, amr, amr. When you come to yafqahu, you see fi'l mudari, majzoom, fa'iluhu, wawil jama'a. Now majzoom bi hasfin noon. Why is it majzoom? What is making it majzoom? This is mudari. This is not failul amr. Why is this majzoom? Then you will understand that this is my jawabut talb. This is my jawabut dua. Okay. Okay. So I'm very happy that I think you got this concept. You will not make mistake here, right? I hope, right? I have, I have good hopes, and you will come up to my expectations, inshallah. You will not disappoint me, inshallah. So let's then, yes, I'm good. I keep my hopes up. That's why I'm here. I never, that is why we are here up to session number 84. I never let my hopes be affected by the number of people or by anything. Nothing stops me from whatever I need to do. So alhamdulillah. Yes, inshallah. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we are going to learn a new topic, and this topic is somewhat related to whatever you have learned just recently. So inshallah, that's why I thought that, this was the course curriculum. So I was going to teach you, but right after Shart, I'm teaching you because of the reason that this is going to be something that you have just learned, and you will be able to make connections. Okay, so idafa. We have learned idafa in our first term, if you remember. Who remembers what is idafa? What is idafa? Tell me idafa, and by not looking at screen, just type your answers down. Okay, first word is light, no al, followed by, yes, it is a possessive relationship as well. There can be possessive relationship, and there cannot be possessive relationship, right? So there can be, and there cannot be possessive relationship, right? So first part is, there are two parts. Both are ism. The one that you learned in your first term was, this is a fragment made up of two words, and the both parts are ism. First word is called mudaf, and the requirements for mudaf are that this has to be light and cannot have al. Light, no al. Light, no al. Second word was called mudaf ilayhi. The only condition for it is that it has to be jar in status. It can have al, it can be heavy, it can be anything, but it has to be jar. Light, no al, followed by jar, is the address for your idafa that you have learned in your first term, alhamdulillah. Then today what I'm going to teach you is, you are going to see here complex idafa. What are you seeing here? Complex idafa. Now you are going to make a connection between a word that is light, and does not have an al, and it is followed by a sentence. It's going to not be followed by one word. It is going to be followed by a sentence. Making sense or no? Who is confused about it? You have learned plain idafa, simple, sweet, two words, two isms together. They come together, they form in 90% of cases, they form a possessive relationship. First word is light, no al, followed by jar, followed by an ism that is jar in status. Now you are seeing a word, and it is little complex too. That's why I have termed it as complex idafa. Okay, so complex idafa is a fragment that is formed between a word that is light without al and is followed by a sentence. Okay. Mudaf ilayhi here is going to be, will be a sentence. Yes, mudaf ilayhi is not a word, but it is a sentence. So sometimes instead of word, we have sentences that come up as mudaf ilayhi. Make sense? Okay, let me show you an example. Okay. So what is this? Yawm al-qiyamati. Yawm al-qiyamati. What are you going to call this? It's an idafa. Is it your short, simple, plain idafa, or it's a complex idafa? What do you think? It's a simple one, right? That we have learned in our term one. Okay. Okay. Now embrace yourself and be ready for this. Now I am showing you a word. Inna lazina tawallaw minkum yawmal taqal jam'ani. Okay. What are you seeing here? Yawma. Is it light or heavy? It is light. Does it have al? Iltaqa is fail madin. I'm telling you this, and I'm not telling you to figure this out, because iltaqa is irregular. It's not like nasara, or it's not like nasarat. So that's why I'm helping you here. Okay. So yawmal taqa. So think about it now. What are we seeing here? If I'm telling you this is past tense, this is past tense. So what comes to your mind? This is light, no alif lam. Can there be a complex idafa between them? Think about it. And take your time. Indeed, those who they turned away from you all on the day the two groups met. The two groups met. So inna lazina tawallaw minkum. Is this all connected? This is all, this is all connected until here, isn't it? They turned away from you all. When did they turn away? Yes, when did they turn away? What do we learn here? Iltaqa means that the two parties met. The two parties, iltaqa al-jama'ani, the two parties met. So this yawma is your zarf, right? Is a zarf. So what are you going to, if I give you al-lazina, what is it? Al-lazina. Give me the labeling for al-lazina. Mausul. What is the status of al-lazina? It is nasbin status because of inna. After al-lazina, what do you look for? You look for sila. What kind of sila do you have? Tawallaw. Jumla failya fail madin. Yes, this is fail madin. This ta is the part of the word structure. This is not alamatul mudari, so it is madi. They turned away. Okay, they turned away. Minkum mutalik will fail for now. Yawmal taqa. What is this yawmal taqa? If I'm telling you, think about yawma number one. What are you going to give labeling to yawma? It's a zarf, you can call it. What can you call it? Can you call it maful fihi? You can call it, what is another term that I have taught you? You can call it either fihi, or you can call it mutalik bil. Mutalik will fail, or mutalik will ism. Mutalik will khabar. Mutalik will fail. Tawallaw. Yeah, right? They turned away. When did they turn away? They turned away when the two parties met. They came across each other. When they faced each other, they come gatham gatha in Urdu. You know how they, they were just, face to face. So, iltaqa. Don't laugh, focus. Okay. So yawma iltaqa, I'm telling you, this is your fail madin. If I am telling you this is your fail madi, who is the doer? Every fail I have to find you a doer, and you have to find me a doer, right? We don't move forward, and you have only 26 minutes now. There is an outside door for them, right? There is an outside door. Very well done. Very well done. Who, you girls are, just killing it today. So this is singular, plural, dual. Barakallahu fi. Just iltaqa is huwa. Therefore, it has an outside door, al-jam'ani. It's a dual here. Iltaqa, madin, huwa, damir mustatir huwa, which is fired now by al-jam'ani. Now we are not going to call that, fi'l, madin, damir mustatir, wa fa'iluhu, damir mustatir huwa. Can we call damir mustatir huwa as file anymore? Or am I going to call al-jam'ani the doer? Is this all connected? Does it all seem connected to you? Yes or no? I'm asking Ranas to tell me and Aisha as well. And sisters Zohra, I don't know your backgrounds. Now you come to this class, alhamdulillah, I don't know who is doing what, who is doing how many courses. So it's very important that, you girls are all on the same page. You all come together and you all are nurtured and you learn something from this class, inshallah. Okay. So Yawmal Taqa, they are going to be making an idafa, and your mudaf ilayhi is going to be jumla failure. So where will mudaf ilayhi end? Huh? Don't. Oh yeah. Is mama? She's gone outside. Okay, very well done. So what is the status of iltaqal jam'ani? Give me the status. Is it jar or fi mahalli jarrin? Because it's a jumla. Can it show you kasra taini? Can you call this kasra the kasra of jar status, or you have to use the term fi mahalli jarrin? Everyone got it or no? Fi mahalli. Sister Sabra with me? Sister Zohra, got it? I have to show you many others, okay? Yawma, every time in Quran. Fi mahalli, can you see any ism that is jarin status here? When your jumla is your khabar, when your jumla is your mudaf ilayhi, when your jumla is your is of any status, affected by haruf jazma or adwatu shart jazima, when the jumla is coming up, when you have to put a i'rab on a sentence, you always call them fi mahalli, because it's not like pata nasab, you don't just treat it like raf nasb jar as you do in case of ism, because now you have a sentence, right? When you had khabar of jumla ismiya as jumla failure, what do you label it that? You label it fi mahalli raf'in. Remember we did it in the past? Yes, Ranaz, or no? So when the sentence is coming up as something, if it was just yawma yawma liqa'in, if it was yawma liqa'in, what do you hear as a status of liqa'in? How am I ending this? Jar. This is jar, right? Because it's an ism. Liqa'in is jar. But is iltaqa al-jam'ani, there is, this is a jumla failure. This is a jumla failure. So you now call it mudaf ilayhi fi mahalli jarrin. Okay? Here, yawma. Should you treat it as mudaf? Yes or no? Is it fulfilling your requirements of mudaf that I've taught you in term 1? Light, no alif lam. And this one is an easy one because this is not non-flexible. It's a flexible word. So it's easy to teach you on this one. The rest of them, there are some that are easy, like hina, but this one and hina are easy, but there are others that are going to be non-flexible, okay? So now, what is Jumla Ismi and Jumla Failure? You were okay talking about the earlier one. Okay. So Yoma Tajidu. What is Tajidu, my dear sisters? Tell me. Tajidu. It's a fail. Tajidu is Mudare. Very well done. Do you see Alamatul Mudare? Ranaz. Yes, it's with ta is Alamatul Mudare. Very well done. So if it is Tajidu with ta is Alamatul Mudare, nothing after dal, which is the last root letter. Should I look for an outside doer and should I call this can be when you have a ta in the beginning and nothing after the last root letter? What are the options? Either anta, or what is another option? What's another option? Here. Okay. So, okay. You see something after it in rough status. Kullu. Is it now anta or hiya? Now tell me. No, not antuma. It is either anta or hiya. Okay. If it was, what did you write? If it was antuma, it would have aliful isnain with noon attached as word tajidani. It is not tajidani, right? This is here, right? This is here because I also see something after it in rough status. Kullu nafsin. Why is tajidu here used? Who is the doer here? Is this here or kullu nafsin? Yes, Dhamma is singular, and there is nothing, not just the Dhamma is the singular. Dhamma is not a sign of singular because you will sometimes find fail mudari that is mansoob and it can have fatha, it can have sakoon on it. There is no aliful isnain, right? In antuma, you see aliful isnain. There is tajidani. It is spelled as tajidani, right? So, kullu nafsin. So, what was my question? Why is this kullu nafsin is the doer? Okay, kullu nafsin, kullu is the mudaf, and this is the doer for tajidu. Why here used for kullu nafsin? What is feminine about kullu nafsin? Where is the feminine? Why nafs is feminine? Why is nafs feminine? What kind of feminine it is? Samai, very well done. Do not ever forget your basic grammar, my dear sisters. Always go back and keep on practicing, because people who do very well, they don't do very well because they are very extraordinary. They just continue to practice. They make sure that they make groups to practice for their betterment and for the betterment of other people as well. So remember, keep on practicing whatever you have learned. So this one, Yomal Qiyamati, is this regular idafa or we have done it, right? If this one is a regular one. I wanted to show you how Yoma can be mudaf for a regular word and it can be a mudaf for a jumla failure like iltaqal, jam'ani, Yoma tajidu kullu nafsin, right? Everyone understood this? Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's just move forward then. Okay, so I have a list for you. It was mudaf, and tajidu kullu nafsin is going to be mudaf ilayhi, and there is ma after it. Tajidu kullu nafsin is the kullu is the fa'il, nafsin is majroor bil idafa, ma amilat. What is this ma? Not. Is it not? Is it not? You are going to translate it as not. It is a mawsool. It is a mawsool. Every soul will find what he did. Okay? What he did of good, how will he find it? Muhdaran. Muhdaran. What is this muhdaran? Everything will be present. It will be visible. It is going to be right there for you. It can be, hard. Yeah. Everyone with me so far? So whatever is going to be, it is going to be, the mudaf ilayhi is actually extending up to where? In, isn't it? A day, every soul will find what it did present and what it did of, a good present and bad present, and it will wish, and I think it is all continuing. It's actually, it will wish, this is going to be, all actually continuing. It's really, really, it can prolong, but the thing is, the one thing that you need to know is that, when you see yoma, light, without any al, you should be able to identify that the jumla that is coming after it is its mudaf ilayhi. Okay, the more practice you will be doing, inshallah, in the next few sessions, the more you will be well versed with where to find the ending of your mudaf ilayhi. Okay, you will keep on, finding, okay, this is all connected, this is also connected, this is also connected. Okay, so there are a lot of connections here. Okay, but just if you understand that, this is all continuing, as long as you can make the connection, um it's going to be there. Okay, whenever you see yoma, that is light, and you do not find any ism that is majroor after it, think about complex idafa. Think about, is my sentence acting as mudaf ilahi for yoma? Will you do that, Sis Sabra? Yes, inshallah. If you don't see anything after your yoma that was light without al, you are going to look for its mudaf ilayh no matter what, my dear sisters. Will you all do that for me? Inshallah. Once the first step is, you should be able to identify that the sentence after it can be its mudaf ilayhi. The sentence after it can be its mudaf ilayhi. How long it is going to be, how long your mudaf ilayhi is, depends on how much you are well versed with grammar. And if, as long as you can make connections, it may be a long sentence, but sometimes it can be something very simple, like iltaqa, iltaqal, iltaqal jam'ani, iltaqal jam'ani. I'm just, finding these spellings very difficult for some reason. I don't know why, but, because I'm confusing it with something, and something else is coming in my mind. But inshallah, I think we are getting to this right thing. Okay, now I have to show you one more thing, a very beautiful dua, and let me see if you are able to identify it as I want you to identify it. Okay, will you look for mudaf ilayhi after this, my dear sisters? After this, no, you are not going to look for mudaf ilayhi after this. Will you look for mudaf ilayhi after this? My dear sisters, please identify this as, please go back to this recording. You don't want to miss it. Okay, there are many students out there, they may not be able to, go through these, they may not be given any opportunity to practice or anything. Yeah, will you look for mudaf ilayhi after this one? Wattaqu yawman. You are not going to. Okay, okay, let me show you. The other one was easy one, so I'm not going to, ask you the easy one. I am going to give you, will you look for mudaf ilayhi after this? Yawmun. It's not light, so will you look for mudaf ilayhi after this one? No. Okay, let me just find it an easy way, because that word that I'm looking for is an easy one. That way I will be able to show you. 1 second. Ein, come, ein here. Ba'atha, here. Now it's going to be easy. Inshallah. Okay. What do you think about this one? Qala Rabbi fa'anzirni ila yomi yub'asun. What is happening here? Should I look for mudaf ilayhi here or no? Should I skip it? Because there is no ism after it. Should I act dumb? No, it is light. It does not have alif lam. It does not have alif lam. So what should I do? Look for its mudaf ilayhi? Right? Is it there? Jumla failure is the mudaf ilayhi. So what should you call it now, Azra? Should I call it mudaf ilayhi majroor or should I call it fi mahalli jarrin? Complete answer. Fi FMJ, right? Right? FMJ, keep that in mind. You don't want to write wrong information. Yawm al-waqti. This yawma is also light with no alif lam. Should I, what is this? What is this? Is this what is happening? Is it complex idafa? What do you think? Is it a regular idafa or a complex idafa? It's not complex, right? It's regular, right, my dear sisters? Clear? Easy? So far easy? I hope, I wish today my sisters tell me this one is easy, right? Because, Aisha, look here. Al-Waqti is a ism, right? It's a regular idafa. The one that we learned in our term one. Yes, al-Waqt al-Ma'loom is making mawsuf sifa. That's another thing. There are two fragments, right? But this is, if I focus first word, Yawm al-Waqti, regular idafa, Yawmiddin, Maliki Yawmiddin, ila Yawmiddin. Regular idafa or complex idafa? What do you think? It's not a jumla failure. So this one is different from yub'asun. Yub'asun is fail madin mudare majhul, right? Which is coming up as mudaf ilayhi for yomi. So this one is totally different from what is happening here, yomil waqti or yomidin. Huh? Everyone with me so far, my dear sisters? Or is it still too much? Okay. Yes, it is too much. I'm not going to underestimate the value of this. To be honest, I'm going to be, this is heavy stuff. Yeah, it is complicated. I won't lie. Why would I? I'm not lying. It is heavy. It is complex. That's why it is called complex idafa. It is complicated. I can rename it complicated idafa too. We can have another name for this. Look here, Ranas. But my dear sister Ranas, do one thing. Look at Yoma. Just focus on Yoma. Find if it has any alif lam. Find if it has any tanween. If it is light and there is no ism after it, then focus on what is after it and call it just, if it is not ism, regular ism, call it complex idafa. Nab asu. What do we see after Yoma? My dear sisters, all start typing in the chat box. It's a fail mudare. So can we call this? And this all is maybe connected to this nab asu, but I'm just, yes, it is complex idafa, right? I want you to start beginning. At least you should know where is the beginning of your mudaf ilayhi. Okay, it is complex idafa, my dear sisters, yeah, because it is fail mudare, fa'iluhu nahnu, which is damir mustatir. It is mudare marfu with dammatu zahira, right? And it says fi mahalli jarrin because it is not my ism, it is my fail which is coming up, and there's this jumla coming up as mudaf ilayhi. It's not one word, it's a jumla that is coming up as mudaf ilayhi. Yes, sometimes you will see jumla ismiya as mudaf ilayhi too. Yeah, you can see, but mostly you will see jumla failure with yoma. You will mostly see, I have mainly seen jumla failure. Yeah. So yeah, let's just move forward and see if we have something else here. there was a dua that wala tukhzini yawma yub'asun. I'm looking for that actually. I think I have missed it. This was in like yeah, no. Yeah, sure. Here it is. Wala tukhzini yawma yub'asun is the same thing that we were doing before. Okay. Okay. The Urdu terminology is going to be al-jumlatul waqiya. Al-jumlatul waqiya. It's not Urdu. It's actually Arabic. The Arabic is going to be al-jumlatul waqiya fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Al-jumlatul waqiya. There is a pechida. Yes, you can call complex, but you can just a jumla that is there as mudaf ilayhi. कि जुमला जो है जब मुदाफ इलैही के तौर पे आए आपने उसको कहना इदाफा ही है, आपने उसके चेंज नहीं कुछ करना, आपने बस एराब में फी महल्ली लगा देना है। सिर्फ और सिर्फ फी महल्ली लगा देने से सुनने वाले को, आपके टीचर को, आपके स्टूडेंट को, आपके पीयर्स को पता चल जाएगा कि आपको पता है कि मेरा यहाँ पे जुमला जो है वो जो है ना इदाफा मुदाफ इलैही के तौर पे आ रहा है। अब जैसे ही कहेंगी ना फी महल्ली जर्रन, आपका पूरे मुझे पता चल जाएगा कि मेरे स्टूडेंट ने ये सब बात समझ ली है, इसको आगे यहाँ पर लुक हियर यौमा, डू वी फाइंड एनी मुदाफ इलैही फॉर यौमा? yes yes yes, very good job. لا ينفع مال ولا بنون, a day on which the wealth and sons will not benefit. So this is the same yub'asun. The same yub'asun is being repeated the day they will be resurrected. A day their wealth, the wealth and children will not benefit, because yub'asun is the day of resurrection, and the day the wealth and sons are not going to benefit us is the same day, right? And which day is this? Is it not the day of judgment, Yawm al-Qiyamah, my dear sisters, right? Yeah. So remember. So this is, if I asked you, what's the status of this? La yanfa'u malun wala banun. What is the status of this jumla? The whole construction. Fi mahalli jar. This is fi'l mudari. Marfu bid-dammatu zahira. Fa'iluhu malun. Waw'at. La nafiya. Banuna. Matuf. Everyone with me? Right? This was matuf ilayhi. Banuna was matuf. Easy? Little bit easy now? So yes, this is going to be a complex idafa. This is going to be jumla failya fi mahalli jarrin. Yeah. Jumla failya fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi. What did you say? So fi mahalli jarrin is when the sentence has, no, it can be jumla ismiya too. When the sentence is your coming up as your khabar, coming up as your mudaf ilayhi, coming up as your maf'ul bihi, just like we did with qala. Any sentence that takes a place of an ism, any sentence when it takes a place of an ism, we use the term fi mahalli. Okay, so it can be nasb, it can be raf, it can be jar, based on i'rab. Yes. So 92, where is 92? Where 92, or there is a, which one are we talking about, Zina? 92 is not the same. Kila. And it was said to them, no, what are we seeing here, my dear sister? Yeah, kila is a fail. Yeah. It's not, it's a fail. So it's not, it's not your mudaf. It cannot be your mudaf, right? Do you want to unmute yourself, Sister Zarina, and tell me what your question is? Oh, you thought it was, yeah, no. Yeah, it was a good one. If you pick that one, it's a good one, but no, it's Akila. Yeah. So far, everyone is with me. So here, let me tell you. Do you see here? Let me translate it for you. Where are those you used to worship? Aina, where are those you used to worship? So is it wherever or where are those? So aina is separate word, ma is separate. They are not just written separately, they are separate asma here, my dear sister. Aina is, remember, where is aina? What is the other function of aina? I told you. It means where. So what is the term I taught you? Who remembers? One of you should answer this. Aina, Anna, istifham, very well done. Istifham, where are those? What or what you used to mention? So what ma here is what? What do you think? Very well done. It is a mausul. Where are those? And this is silatul mausul. You all used to worship. Making sense or no? Yes, ma was mausul. Kuntum ta'buduna silatul mausul. And ma is referring to their idols, their peer fakirs, the people and the stones and whatnot, right? Yes. And their peer fakirs are also sometimes very, that is also another mindset. Okay. So with that, I will have to end the class because it's 1:01 already. I won't take any more of your time. Like, I've already taken enough of your time. I will send you the notes so that you go over the big, what you need to remember. For you all, I want you all to memorize these special mudafs. These are the main mudafs that are going to make complex idafa in the entire Quran. Most of there may be one or two more, or 3-4 at the most more, but when it comes to that, I will tell you. But for the most part, these are the common ones, and I don't want to overwhelm you with a long list. Okay, so if I have kept it easy, just take it from me, because I'm a very difficult person. I master in making sometimes things very complicated. So just memorize this whole table, these 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, only 7 words. That's your homework. Okay, so inshallah we will continue with our practice of complex idafa next week, inshallah. Oh no, next week is our break starting. Okay, inshallah, after the break we'll continue with the complex idafa. Let me make dua and stop the recording. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Yes, Eid Mubarak to all of you as well.